We have some absolutely insane news to cover about Call of Duty 2023 in this video. Now, if you aren't already aware, a few days ago, Activision confirmed a new Call of Duty game is coming this year. But there has been so much confusion over if this year's game is going to be just an expansion, a year 2 for Modern Warfare 2, or if it's going to be its own full premium game this year. Well, we're going to go over the incredible new news that has just leaked, because there is a chance that this game could actually be Modern Warfare 3. And I'll explain all in just a second. But as this is a leak, we have to treat every leak with a grain of salt, as things can change in development at any point. And if the details on this year's game is true, then it sounds like even Activision's own plans have changed. So let me know what you think about all of this as we jump into it. And if you're excited by the sound of this, then leave a like on the video. All of this is coming hot off the press from Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, one of the most notorious insiders with a near flawless track record for leaks. So whenever he has something to say, especially about Call of Duty, you want to at least listen to it. And this stuff has also been backed up by what Charlie Intel have heard as well, so it adds even more weight to this being true. I'll leave a link to this crazy article in the description, but straight away the article clears away any confusion that people have had about this being a premium DLC or a full-fledged game, and it is a full-fledged Call of Duty game, just like we've been getting for the last 20 years. The article also says that whilst this might have started out as just a premium DLC for Modern Warfare 2, they understand that the project changed direction to become a full premium standalone game planned to release in 2023. This is no longer just a year 2 premium DLC. This is literally a full brand new game. As for content on the game, details are very scarce, but the game will be heavily connected to the Modern Warfare series. Those are rumors that we've heard for quite a while now, so it's no surprise to hear that. But what the surprise is that this is going to be connected to the Modern Warfare series, but it's going to be continuing it on as a full-fledged game. With the best example given by Tom Henderson is to say maybe the best way to look at it is getting Black Ops 2 and then Black Ops 3 back to back. The two games are connected, but they are entirely new games. And with that example, it makes it sound like this year's game is going to be pretty different to Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be in the same universe, continuing on that story, but it's going to be a different game. I imagine a completely different feel. And the reason why is that the game is developed by Sledgehammer Games. This is a key detail that was first leaked by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, and Insider Gaming was able to corroborate that that is true, and Charlie Intel have also been able to corroborate that this claim is true. And it's also understood that this game is going to be a huge collaborative project across all of Activision's Call of Duty studios, which is what we've seen in recent years with Modern Warfare 2, Vanguard, and Cold War to a certain extent as well. But the biggest surprise on all this is the fact that Sledgehammer Games are leading the development with seemingly very little input from Infinity Ward. You would think the studio that created the original trilogy and has created the two newest games in the rebooted series would be in charge of this one, but apparently they have very little to do with it, which is such a big shock to me. But if you keep watching, I think I might have realized why that might be the case. Furthermore, we have to discuss about the Modern Warfare 3 title, because Insider Gaming say that because this game is associated with the series of Modern Warfare, it would suggest that the game could be called Modern Warfare 3, but they were unable to verify the game's name at this time because it's not yet decided. But when we think technically about this, this is going to be the third game in the newly rebooted Modern Warfare series. So by definition, it is Modern Warfare 3. If it will be called Modern Warfare 3, we just have to wait and see. But with this year's game being called Modern Warfare 2, I wouldn't put it past them to call it Modern Warfare 3 as well. What is even more bizarre is that Insider Gaming was able to verify that this year's game is going to have 2 beta weeks, including the exact dates that those are going to happen, as well as the dates for campaign early access and the full release date for when the game is going to launch this year. And I just can't believe that we're getting information like that in February. Absolutely bonkers. So let's take a look at these dates. Now, this could all change, but it seems that there's going to be 2 beta weekends. One will be a PlayStation exclusive that will start in the first week of October, the 6th till the 10th. In the following week, there will be a beta on all platforms between October 12th and 16th. Then there will be campaign early access, just like we had with Modern Warfare 2's release. That will be on November 2nd, 2023. And then the full release of the game will be on November 10th, 2023. This confirms that this will also be a game coming out on all platforms: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, and PC. So what can we take from all of this? Well, the game is guaranteed to have a campaign, it's guaranteed to have multiplayer. Judging by the sounds of it rolling out with all those things, just like we saw with Modern Warfare 2, this really is a massive full-fledged Call of Duty release. All we know is the campaign campaign is a continuation of the Modern Warfare 2 story, which could mean one of two things. This could mean it literally will continue straight on, being more in line with a year 2 campaign expansion. There's also been rumors in the last few months that this new campaign could be a spin-off or something of the sort, as there were rumors about a campaign centered all around Ghost could be a thing, as it's something that the narrative directors at Infinity Ward were really interested in doing, diving into the origin story of Ghost and how they're always thinking of ideas for new stories involving him frequently. Or this could just be a full-fledged Modern Warfare 3, going absolutely all out, and they might do that. But I feel like Activision seemingly confirmed with their own words a few days ago that this is going to be something related to Modern Warfare, as in their quarterly earnings call when talking about the success of Modern Warfare 2 is that their teams are working to amplify the success of the fourth quarter. Now, to me, that wording amplify means that they want to basically replicate that success, but on a bigger scale. Now, if the Modern Warfare series is working for them in that success, then of course they want to amplify it by bringing out another Modern Warfare game. Maybe I'm just talking Spanish, I don't know. This is all just absolutely wild to me. The fact that it was starting as an expansion and then was so big that it's now its own full premium game that technically is Modern Warfare 3. Now, Jason Schreier from Bloomberg, who is also one of the most notorious video game insiders in all of video game insiders, and everything he says always comes true, he left a very interesting reply to Charlie Intel's tweets, saying that he'll write a story at some point explaining this whole scenario, but what happened was Treyarch's game was planned for 2023. Early into 2022, they decided to delay Treyarch's game to 2024 and fill in the blanks with more Modern Warfare stuff from Sledgehammer. And at some point, they decided to frame it as a full release. That is incredibly interesting to me. The fact that Treyarch's game was always planned to come out this year, but it's been delayed till next year. And because they didn't want to have a year with no Call of Duty game, they're filling in the blanks with an expansion that's now become so big, it's its own full-fledged game. Now, someone asked him, is it still Modern Warfare 2 content, or is it going to be Modern Warfare 3 at this point? And his response is, what's the difference? It's a continuation of MW2's story. So when you hear it like that, it technically is Modern Warfare 3, which is extremely interesting. A fellow Twitter user replied to that, saying that an expansion implied that all of the MW2 maps and modes would still be in rotation alongside new content. An entirely new game means all of that gets left behind and the same content gets slowly dripped back to us over the next year. And the dude has a point, and Jason Schreier replied saying, got it, I'll try and get an answer to that. So whenever we do, I'll be sure to update you, because this is such a fascinating story to me. Now, whilst all of this needs to be taken with a huge grain of salt, part of me feels this might have some weight to it, simply from the fact that in the middle of last year, there was a job listing on Infinity Ward's website looking for a narrative director that would work on an unannounced open world RPG game. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the last time I checked, Call of Duty was not an open world RPG game, and it obviously never will be. This to me screams that Infinity Ward are planning their next game around this idea of an open world RPG game, and that they're not working on a Call of Duty game. Now, does this job listing mean that they aren't working on a Call of Duty game ever again? Absolutely not. But it is incredibly interesting to see that the next game they're working on is an open world RPG game. It's still going to be published by Activision, and that Infinity Ward wishes to retain the high production values of Call of Duty, but it seems like they might want to distance themselves away from the expectations that us Call of Duty fans expect to see from Infinity Ward, which is really interesting. Like, up until now, we've never seen a COD dev like Treyarch or Sledgehammer or IW make any other games that are not COD. But it seems like Sledgehammer Games have given them the thumbs up to create something like that, potentially as a competitor to Destiny, since Activision no longer has that and they don't really have an open world RPG game under their belt. And if this all stays true and their plans don't change and they are still working on an open world RPG, then it would make no sense to Activision as a business to stop the Modern Warfare series, so they just get another studio in to help create the next part of that instead. This whole situation is absolutely crazy, because the last time Sledgehammer Games had any involvement in a Modern Warfare game was the original Modern Warfare 3 back in 2011, where they co-developed it with Infinity Ward, so they aren't exactly new to the Modern Warfare series. So as much as it sounds like the odds are against them in creating a well-received Call of Duty game, let alone a well-received Modern Warfare game, they might actually have a decent chance here. But one thing that worries me is the lack of development time. The fact that these plans changed for Treyarch early in 2022 means that they will only have had about a year and a half to create this game. That's very tight timings, and that could affect the amount of content that this rumored game might have. But when you look at Black Ops Cold War and how restricted that development was, and the game still ended up being amazing, I don't think there should be any immediate concern with the amount of time that Sledgehammer Games have had. But the prospect of Modern Warfare 3 is now on the cards. Let me know what you think about that down below in the comment section. If you like the sound of this, if you don't like the sound of this, what are your thoughts? Let me know. There's a great chance that more news about this is going to come out over the next few weeks and months. So if you want to stay updated, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell.